My name's Hadel, and I have lupus. You might not know by just looking at me. I've had lupus since I was 13. Lupus has basically just tore my life into pieces. Symptoms were joint pain to the point where I could not feel my body. I was paralyzed. Laying on the floor, felt lifeless. Second symptom was a burning sensation going through my whole body like I was set on fire. A pediatrician ended up doing a lot of blood tests. Everything ended up coming back normal. Nobody knew exactly what it was. They couldn't tell me. I didn't know what it was. My mom didn't know what it was, so I ended up taking over-the-counter ibuprofen, which did not help. It masked it for a couple of days or a couple of hours, but it was still there. Adult doctor ran some more specialized tests that they would run on adults at the age of 17, 18, and they finally found out I have rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is arthritis, joint pain, basically what I was going through.
Lupus is an autoimmune disease, and by that we mean that the immune system attacks the patient's own tissues. All of us have an immune system that when we're exposed to infections or anything like that, a toxic chemical, we react to it. That's the job of the immune system, and that's what helps defend us from invading organisms. But in the normal balance, we do not attack our own tissues. We are protected by programming, probably when we're developing in utero, to recognize our own tissues as being self and being good. But what happens is that programming can get changed later in life, and it may be altered by exposure to chemicals, viruses, and people who are likely to be at risk for developing lupus after exposure to things like a viral infection are probably genetically predisposed because they have an abnormality of their immune system that interferes with the ability to be able to get rid of those infections and to be able to determine between self and an infection.
It's an autoimmune disease. So basically my body is attacking my body from within. The struggles every day have impacted me to the point where I don't know when my end is. Everybody that I know has passed away from lupus. There is no cure for lupus. There are cures, ways to mask your symptoms so you won't feel it anymore. There's different parts of me that are confused on why God gave me what I have or why He chose me to have it. I know there's numerous people out there that have it, but at the end of the day, I end up wanting to know why I have to go through what I go through. Have to go through depression it gets to the point where I don't want to be here anymore because I can't do what I want to do in life every day. To a point I can't even drive a car sometimes. To the point where I can't even get out of bed. I need help getting out of bed. I'm an independent person, so me having somebody to pick me up out of bed, it hurts. It really does. Has affected me emotionally, physically and mentally. Emotionally, I have stopped having people care about me. They think it's all in my head. They don't know if it's true or not because they don't understand how I feel because it's coming from within. They don't actually see it physically happen to me. I have the worst case of insomnia, depression, anxiety. Physically, I start to have skin lesions all over my body. They're slowly coming. You can't really see them. At the age of 13, when I started having my symptoms, it would stop me from getting my education. I wouldn't be able to play with my friends. I wasn't able to go out and have fun at the park, go over sleepovers, because I was constantly in the hospital. Living with lupus, it's normal. You really can't tell that I have it, except on the days that I do have flares, to the point where I limp, then you'll know there's something wrong with me. Or I look extremely tired. Or I might end up look like I got sunburn, but luckily I have not had that. My joints all ache. I feel like I'm 80 years old sometimes. I have trouble going up the stairs. I have trouble even walking on a treadmill for 2 minutes. My ankles burn to the point where they're so swole they feel like my skin is peeling. To the point where I end up, not wanting to be here at all because I don't have anybody to love me, or wanting to know if I do end up falling in love, will that person be there? Why should I destroy their life? So that's why I end up not wanting to be with anybody.
The patients only complain of joint pain, rashes, low-grade fevers, fatigue, tiredness, occasional oral ulcer, some abnormalities in the blood, such as low white count, platelets, and that's most of the patients. But then we have the other extreme, where we have major organ involvement, such as the lungs, the kidneys, or the brain. It goes from one extreme to the other.
At the time, I had no idea what lupus was. I had just heard of it before. I knew that there was a wristband for it, so my heart immediately sank, thinking, if there's wristbands made for this disease.
You think, oh my God, I'm gonna die, or something. I thought it was bad, like anybody else.
I had no idea what it was.
Never heard of it, and I worked in a hospital emergency room for about 16, 17 years.
Had I heard of lupus? Yes. Did I know what it was? No, I did not. I don't think I took it seriously. I don't think most people take lupus seriously. I certainly didn't take it, and I had it. I didn't take it seriously.
I kept making up excuses for everything. Oh, it's a sunburn, it's not a butterfly rash, and oh, I'm just working out, that's why my feet are swollen, and I was kind of in denial a bit about the disease, but then it got to a point where I had to sort of stop being in denial and face the facts, and there was actually one point where I removed myself from certain medications, and that was bad.
That's one of my major goals, is to see support groups all over Connecticut so that the young people that have symptoms will know enough to seek help and go to the right place and get treated early before there is any destruction, because the longer it takes, the more destructive it is to your organs.
Lupus is all about.
And the Lupus Foundation educates people and lets them know what lupus is.
It addresses research, education, advocacy, and support in the areas of serving the people who are affected by lupus.
Marilyn Sousa, our founder, founded the organization in 1973. Actually, when she was diagnosed, she put it in the newspaper, and 100 people showed up at her front door and sat in her living room for the first support group. And that's how the Lupus Foundation was actually developed. I think she's very proud. I think she's proud that the Lupus Foundation of America has come as far as it has, as well as the Connecticut chapter.
Dealing with lupus has made me want to just live life to the fullest. Live life like there's no tomorrow. I do everything a normal person does, and I push myself to do it. I push myself every day. So, because if I give up, my life will give up as well.